Hi,
Kristelle. Yeah, how's it going? Tell us about Filipinos.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. It's my second round here. Last time I was up here, I got in front of a mic and I said, man, Asians and a mic, you gotta be careful of the karaoke. And so from then on, the bad joke decided to actually become my topic for tonight. So I figured I'd talk about something I know really well, which is my ethnicity. I'm a Filipino American, so I will be talking about the fact that Filipinos are here, and we're more than just Manny Pacquiao and karaoke. So I'll kind of go a little bit about a little bit about our history. Sorry for the brief history lesson, as well as what we are here in the future right now. If you're not familiar with where the Philippines is, it's actually in Southeast Asia. We are an archipelago of about 7,107 islands. We are also speaking 170 dialects. I don't know any one of them except for two, which is Cebuano and English. We were actually conquered in the 1500s by the Spaniards when they were going across the world and conquering everything. And so a gentleman by the name of Ferdinand Magellan had actually came in and conquered the area, but then an islander named Lapu-Lapu said, peace out, and actually killed him during his world expedition. But during this time, the Spanish ended up conquering the Philippines for over 300 years. They gained their independence in 1896 by the United States, and with the help of a gentleman by the name of Jose Rizal, their national hero. But what the Philippines didn't know what the United States was going to do was that the United States said, we'll help you get your independence, but then we're going to call you a commonwealth at the same time. So that's how this happened. But then in 1946, they decided to become the United States decided to let them go and decided to make the Philippines an actual independence. So because of that, that's where we came about. In the 70s and the 80s, there was an influx of Filipinos coming to America. But what has happened is that the culture actually integrated both ways. So for example, I'm going to give a huge shout out to the Ignite in Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. They're actually doing one today because they saw what was going on in America. And I wanted to kind of notice number 8. They actually have a topic on sexual health made sexy and sassy. Mick forgot to do his presentation, so that's why he couldn't do it tonight. So, but at any rate, Mick, you didn't know that, and he's scratching his head up there. Filipinos are everywhere in America. Most of them are populated here in California, Nevada, in Texas, but there's actually a very big and deep history of New Mexicans and Filipinos, being from the Bataan Death March in World War II. During this death march, it was a Japanese war crime that was committed. Over 75,000 American and Filipino POWs were actually told to march in the summer heat during that war. During this time, there was actually a lot of New Mexico National Guard folks that were from New Mexico, obviously, and had actually been a part of this march. So that's why there's a deep history there for that. So to turn around a little bit, decided to do a pop quiz today to kind of make things a little bit more upbeat. Pop quiz, everybody. Who's the most famous Filipino American? Shout out your answers.
That dude from Black Eyed Peas, Kristelle. You.
Working on it. It's actually, drumroll please, Rob Schneider. Just kidding. He did give a shout out to his mom, however, talking about Bibingka in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, which is really cool. Love Bibingka. But at any rate, Filipino Americans are actually integrated in pop culture and you don't even know it. So some of the folks that are actually on here are actually Filipino Americans, whether or not they were raised in the Philippines, born in the Philippines, part Filipino. My girl from YouTube, who calls it YouTube, so she's up there. And since we are actually of Malaysian and Spanish descent, a lot of the Filipinos that you're seeing on the screen, you never think are actually Filipino, but they are. And so a lot of them are very popular. Rufio, he's my boy. But at any rate, Filipinos are everywhere, whether on pop culture or not. Of course, I had to talk about Manny Pacquiao. He's fighting next weekend. If you can watch it on DirecTV channel, pay-per-view, whatever, do it. But of course, I had to also talk about karaoke. Duh, Filipino. About Filipinos in karaoke, they actually had a couple deaths in the Philippines, which was kind of weird. Whenever people would sing the song Frank Sinatra's My Way, and so people actually avoid singing that song. in the Philippines. Google it, you'll see it. But at any rate, if you folks actually want to know more about my culture, there's several organizations here in town. This is where I work now compared to the last Ignite, so you can find me here. If you guys have any questions about Filipino Americans, or even the Chamber, or people know me from Twitter, Facebook, Ignite, or LinkedIn, I actually posted this on SlideShare already, so feel free to take a look. Thanks, everybody, and I appreciate your time.